And now it is the 14th most popular breed as rated by the AKC.
Yeah, and the AKC didn't recognize it till 1996.
Oh my dog. Dog. Oh my dog.
Oh, my dog, hey!
Oh, my dog, hello.
We're back.
Back again.
And we spent a large majority of our last episode just kind of bitching and whining because sometimes you have to do that in rescue. So today we're going to talk about Holly's
Most favorite breed
most favorite breed ever. Usually I'm the one nerding out about a dog breed, but I don't know a whole lot about these other than that they are the sweetest little angel babies. I've never met a mean one.
It's my dream dog, the Cavalier King Charles. Not to be confused with the Cocker Spaniel.
But indeed, a spaniel.
Correct. Cocker Spaniel is like the big version.
Larger.
Yeah.
They're definitely more robust. They've got a longer nose, and they are a sporting breed, the Cocker Spaniel.
More of a rounded head.
Yes. But the Cavalier King Charles is actually a toy dog breed. So they look very similar, but one of them has a job. And the other one has laps to find, and that's the only job.
Yeah, I was looking at the history of this breed before we got here, and it's actually quite extensive, so I won't do the whole damn thing. But essentially, this breed was around for King Charles II, and he was like the first king to pass a law that dogs could go basically wherever.
I love this. He was such a fan that he made a declaration that said that they could be brought into any public space, including the parliament.
Yeah.
What? Now, was that for all dogs or just these specific breed of dogs?
That's a good. I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that. That'd be a good trivia question.
It would be.
After he died, the breed kind of dropped off, and then they moved to the, what do you call that? I said it's not the same. The English Toy Spaniel, which looks like a Cavalier King Charles, except it's more of a flat nose, like a flat face, and more of like the Applehead. So think of like Applehead Chihuahua with a pug nose.
So this particular other version or whatever, the English Toy Spaniel, which is really similar, it was crossed with the Japanese Chin and the pug, which is exactly what it looks like. It looks like a mix between a Japanese Chin and a pug, if you're familiar with both of those breeds.
Yep.
So
anyway, several hundreds of years later, this guy named Eldridge was wanting to bring the breed back. And so he put out an ad like in the paper saying, basically, if you have a dog with these characteristics, I will pay you 25 pounds or whatever, which is equivalent to like $2,000 right now.
To get it into the breeding stock to create this. Yeah.
He offered first prize of 25 pounds. That came closest to his published description. Second and third would receive smaller cash prizes. By the end of the whole thing, he had spent what would be equivalent to $20,000 gathering up these dogs that have these characteristics to bring the breed back, to bring it back from extinction.
Yeah.
And he was successful in doing so. However, he never saw it because less than a year later he died.
Yeah. Couldn't even snuggle his Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
He kept he kicked it off, essentially. And at the time, that's when the English Toy Spaniels were very popular. And so a lot of the breeders were upset with him because he was trying to bring back the longer muzzle
nose,
and the flatter head. And they were, kind of offended that he would not be perfectly happy with what they had to offer.
Right. But now, so that happened. The breed kind of died out and then was brought back by this person. And now it is the 14th most popular breed as rated by the AKC.
Yeah, and the AKC didn't recognize it till 1996. Yes. Is that what you just said?
No, I didn't. But
okay.
I did say when
sometimes
we were talking
I say
about
things
this,
and I think she just said that, but you didn't. That's the schizophrenia popping in there.
That's fine. No, it's just your ADHD because you were thinking about something else when I was talking, and you're like, "Oh no,
I've got 3 conversations."
I was looking at her, but I wasn't listening. Yeah. definitely a very popular breed of dog. But and she goes, yeah, it wasn't recognized until 1995, I guess it was. And I said, well, that's not that long ago. She goes, actually, it's a vintage at this point. And I'm like, oh yeah, fine, cool.
Charles II, his litters produced both small, more lap dog-like puppies, and I liked how they referred to as carpet spaniels.
Which, if you've ever been around a Cavalier, they very much do sploot and could lie upon the carpet quite easily. They're pretty chill and relaxed dogs.
Became ladies' lap dogs.
Yes.
Love it. So that's a bit of the history. Obviously, there's way more to that, and you can find the history of the breed on akc.org. There's also another website, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel Club. There's a club, so that's ckcsc.org.
So let's talk about some of the most famous of the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, one of which is the reason that Holly wanted one, I believe from a movie. So I'll start with that one. Reese from The Age of Adeline is...
what was the other name I was thinking? I forget what it was. But anyway, Reese, that Age of Adeline was one of Aaron and I's favorite movies. It's a wonderful movie if you're looking for something to watch. I think it's out everywhere. And it's not new by any means, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
And what's that actress's name? She's the same actress that's in It Ends With Us.
Oh.
Anyway,
I'll
she
find out.
essentially just never dies. She never ages, and so she's like 120 years old, but
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively. But she looks like she's 30, 40 years old, something like that. So anyway, she just continually has these Cavaliers over and over and over and over and over again. And Reese was the name of her Cavalier in the movie, so that's
and
what
now
she's named after.
And so this is your dream dog, and forever you wanted this dog, and so you had to tell about your Reese.
Oh god. So Chris with Fluffy Butts had posted a picture or video of some dogs that they got in that day. And I saw it.
This was like really shortly after we started on my dog too. Like
it was in July.
Yeah. So that first year, yeah.
And I saw it, but I had Lulu at the time. I was fostering Lulu, and she was kind of a handful, and I think she had been returned once or something. Anyway, I was like, this is not a good time. And then, late night, I'm like,
you know what?
And I asked Chris, I said, what's the deal with this one? And it was a breeder surrender out of southeast Iowa. And, yeah. So I said, well, I have a meet and greet for Lulu tomorrow. If she gets adopted, then I will come see her. Yeah. And I don't think I've ever pushed an adoption so hard in my life. No, she wasn't a hard sell. But then the next day I went and saw Reese, and we fell in love instantly.
Well, and the crazy thing to me is that Reese, she was a mama. She had babies.
Yeah. And
she was living in a puppy mill, but came out of this whole situation exactly how she is today.
But remember that Cavalier that came in that somebody found, and she was so severely matted and
just neglected.
The sweetest thing ever. And then we had that other one, Molly. I'm still getting updates on her. That tan and
so apparently, if you want to,
they're just
neglect and abuse a dog and have it still be happy and well adjusted, you get one of these. The heck! But they are so resilient, and I think it's probably, and this is in the kindest way possible, to your favorite breed, because there's not a lot going on up there.
Well, that's what I was just looking up. It says
their intelligence.
Cavalier King Charles ranks 44th out of 131. So
of intelligence?
Yeah. They're considered to have average
maybe emotional intelligence. They're not going to pass any tests.
Yeah, I love Reese, but she's not going to.
She looks at you, and it's like she's thinking about nothing other than that. Like I really like that mama, but other than that, I don't know anything.
Yeah,
she's not getting hired for the job.
She's a sweetheart, but I had never owned that breed of dog before, and I didn't know if I would like it, or I
Yeah.
mean, I solely wanted that dog because of looks and because of an emotional attachment to a movie that I saw one time.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
this isn't a
Which is not the reason
sound
to get a
reason
breed of
to
dog.
seek out a specific breed of dog. So I told Chris, I'll foster her for you, and if it works out, it works. Like, I don't think I made it to Grinnell, and it was over. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
she's just a sweetheart.
Well,
She's
she's
my
to
everything.
me, she's just you as a dog. Like, and not because I think Reese, like, if she's
Didn't you just say she's got nothing going on up in her?
no.
I know. I'm teasing.
Just you look at her and you're like, oh yeah, I will be your friend. She's there. You guys just look alike in like the cutest possible way. They're like little adoption photo. I'm like, oh my god.
She's a
It's like
sweetheart.
we always joke about that. Dogs look like their owners. Like you guys are just so cute. You look the same.
She does have a pretty significant heart murmur, though. She had an echocardiogram in November of last year. She's due for another one. But I haven't noticed any signs or symptoms of any sort. She's not on any meds yet. She's stage 1B, which means she has a stage 4 heart murmur, grade 4, grade 5, depending on which vet you ask.
Yeah.
And but she's not on any meds yet, but eventually she will be, and eventually she'll die from essentially COPD.
Yeah.
But that's pretty common with the breed, and
It
I knew
is.
that, and I
And-
knew that going in, and I assumed that that's why she had been surrendered by the kennel, because she was only 6 years old,
Right.
and she was small and petite and
Perfect
adorable
colors
and
yeah.
had a good temperament.
But the life expectancy of this breed of dog is only 9 to 14 years. And when I
Yeah.
see, like, that's like the life expectancy of, like, a Great Dane, is
Yeah.
like that 8 to 9 years would be, like, a really old Great Dane. To me, like, a little dog where the starting of their life expectancy is 9 years, it's like there's something that's, like, pretty common, and that's
Generative,
it.
yeah. Anyway, we have, like I said, we've had a few Cavaliers come through, and then we had that Cocker Spaniel. So they're not impossible to find and rescue, but I would say they're few and far between.
Yeah, and if you see them, there's going to be a ton of applications for them.
Yeah, there's going to be issues. I mean, that one that those people found was like, what, 30 pounds overweight or something like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but
she's going to have issues.
yeah. But so yeah, the people
They
that
can
was,
get overweight really easily too, so you got to watch their intake.
yes.
Sorry.
Again with the pancreatitis.
Yeah.
They can get sick from overeating and they will indulge.
Mhm.
So yeah. Truly just one of the only dogs that I would without any question be like, this dog will be fine in any situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're very resilient. And
Yeah.
they tolerate a lot. I mean, I don't know. Reese. I mean, I've taken Reese to like the dog park, and she just wants to be held. I mean, that's true anywhere. She just
Yeah.
wants to be held and carried, and she just wants me to look in her eyes and tell her how pretty she is. That's all she wants. And I really,
That's fine. You
I
can
feel
give
th-
her that.
I feel it, girl. That's what I want to. But she is the so the coloring. There's King Charles, which is just the black and tan. And then there's Prince Charles, which is the tricolor. So I guess she's actually a Prince Charles.
But that's not the breed.
I
It's
know.
just like
It's
the
the
name of the
coloring,
coloring. Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Average weight range is 11 to 18 pounds. Reese is 14. She's on the petite side of body,
she's
of
little.
frame. 12 to 13 inches high.
But there's the red and white ones too. What are those? You know what I mean?
Long, silky, well-feathered. Oh, the Blenheim.
Yes,
Blenheim.
they were bred at the Blenheim Palace by various dukes of Marlborough.
Okay.
Cigarette smokers.
Eager, easy to train, and loves children, making it the perfect family pet.
Easy to train? Like, for what, though?
I would never try.
There's
I
no
have
reason
an-
for
I
that
have
dog to
enough-
have any training.
I have enough shit to do. We don't need to add that onto the... But grooming wise, I do all of my own grooming. I'm sorry, Heaven. I'm sorry, Bree. I'm sorry, Whitney. it's a lot. Anyway, but they do have this like longer feathery coat, and it grows like human hair. Like Reese's
hair.
ears just keep growing and growing. Like she doesn't shut it out. They just keep getting longer.
Yeah.
And then she drags it through her homemade dog food and gets her ears all sloppy and nasty. So I have to keep her ears trimmed up pretty short, which I don't really. I mean, I don't hate it, but I wish you could keep them longer. But so, and Reese's, she gets those little Grinch feet where all the hair in between her toes grows out.
I have 2 long-haired chihuahuas who have never seen a groomer. Also, sorry, girls. But I love their Grinch feet. I just check them to make sure that they're not having any sort of matting that I need to, like, check in on. But good Lord. To me, a little dog walking up, the Cavaliers have perfect ones, long-haired chihuahuas, and they come to you and their little toe hairs are curling up. Like, stop. It's not the best grooming, but I don't care. It's so cute.
I keep trying to...
I was looking at
these people's website is not really...
The CKSC, whatever, their website stinks.
I mean, it's good, but you can't...
Okay. So the U.S. breed history, I can't even look at.
But they had this really... I linked the article. It's all about their health. Like, it went through every single thing.
Well, I'll find us a better one.
Let's just do the heart. Okay.
So they are, their common is obviously the heart murmur.
Oh, yeah. You know, people might not know what that is. And it's actually kind of interesting. So, I had the ISU vet explain it to me. But essentially there's 3 chambers of the heart and there's 2 valves. And one, like...
The mitral valve
and then there's a flap between them. And so that's how they... That's how they grade a heart murmur, is by the sound which is made by the blood pumping through the flap. So she said, like, when Reese finally disintegrates or deteriorates, disintegrates.
She'll be deteriorated by the time she disintegrates.
Like, the blood is going through the flap, but the flap's not getting closed all the way. And so there's blood that goes back down into the chamber. I think I have this right. I probably don't, but it's and eventually over time the blood like builds up and it can't get cleared out.
Oh.
Does
and then they
sense?
Just die of heart failure at that point. But
right.
Mitral valve heart disease is a condition that affects the mitral valve, a small flap in the heart that prevents blood from flowing in the wrong direction. Good job. You're basically a doctor.
Got my degree off vet med. I'm sure there's a better way or a more accurate way to explain that. So if you're a vet and you're listening to this and you'd like to do that for us and would like to be on the show, please
I would like to learn
know.
more, because we have a lot of dogs that have heart disease because we take in a lot of little dogs, and heart murmur is really common in like little chihuahuas and things like this.
Right. So there's 6 grades though. Yeah. So Reese is a 4 or 5. Let's call it a 4.5 out of 6. So like, it's very loud.
Yes.
It can be easily heard with a stethoscope.
Yes. And much like other small dogs, other things that they suffer from are patelloluxation, hip dysplasia, so like those leg and hip issues, which I believe watching them walk around, like I feel it's like same thing as like a little chihuahua. And then they are also, because they've got that kind of big bulgy eye, they are prone to eye and retinal problems as well as cataracts. And then there's also a neurological condition. Oh, I did not look up how to say this, but syringomyelia. Oh my God. Somebody's going to have to look that up. Let's see. I'll look up how to. Okay. So we say it like so.
Mitral valve disease.
Syringomyelia. That's how we say it.
And what is that?
Anyway, it's a neurological condition which is like a loss of muscle mass, a loss of reflexes. They'll have spasms, and then it's caused by a fluid-filled cyst forming on the spinal cord. So that's an issue that they can have.
Sometimes when I touch her back, she flinches, so I just don't do that.
Yeah. Well,
weird.
My old American bulldog.
Somebody does something and they don't like it, and so you just don't do it anymore. It's not that difficult.
Nope. My old American bulldog gets these, but they haven't affected any sort of neurological thing yet. But right along his spinal cord, he'll get these little cysts, and you'll see them like get bigger, and then they kind of just reduce in size, and they get bigger, but none of them have been. Yeah. And so muscle weakness, spasms, you might see. That type of thing, but apparently that's kind of common with the breed as well.
Oh, listen to this. Cavaliers are 20 times more prone to have mitral valve disease, which is heart murmur.
Which everyone I know has
20
one.
times more prone.
Yeah.
Hereditary, passed on, generation. I did talk with my local vet about this, and there's another vet that did a talk at Iowa State, and he's doing a 3-year study on the effects of fish oil and heart murmurs. And he was only like 2 years through the 3-year lab or whatever trial, and so he couldn't discuss the results, but he said, I will tell everybody here, this is at a vet
symposium or whatever. Yeah.
To go back and tell all of your clients to immediately put all of their dogs on fish oil. So there must be some like good things for everybody. Get what I'm saying? Like not just necessarily for heart murmurs, but so Dallas was already getting fish oil, so now everybody gets fish oil.
Okay. I could do that.
You can get off Amazon. It comes in a big tub, like kind of like the shampoo and conditioner you see at your salons, like the great big giant ones.
Oh, and you just like pumps at the top.
And you just pump at the top. So like Dallas gets 4 pumps, and everybody else gets a half of one pump.
Cool.
No.
Well, I could do that. That's easy.
Easy peasy.
But what if like they OD on fish oil? Because like sometimes like one of my dogs will be like, I'm gonna eat your bowl and my bowl and then that bowl over there,
right?
And then they've had lots of fish oil. It's my problem because I open feed, but it seems like something. Right. I found the actual like listing of their coloring. So the Blenheim is and I don't know what that is. Is that the red one? Tricolor, black and tan, and ruby.
Ruby. That's the Blenheim.
Different. They're 2 different ones. I'm gonna look it up. Because the ruby is the red, which is my favorite coloring of dog. Like the red and white, I think that is like the cutest dogs ever. I really want one that is. I want a Basset Hound. It's the tricolor, like Reese. That's what she is.
And Chris, our friend at Falkbet, she has a Bernese Mountain Dog, and they look exactly like their
same coloring as a Bernese.
Like if you put their heads side by side and make Reese's head bigger, obviously by zooming in, they look identical.
Yes.
So
yes,
primarily black, white markings, and tan or red highlights.
Yep. And it says, as we mentioned, this dog, I mean, I seriously have never met a mean one, but they're affectionate, fearless, sociable, gentle, patient, adaptable, graceful, playful. That's all true. Like they're just a really easy dog. But it comes with the knowledge that you are adopting a dog that has a lot of predisposition, like health conditions. You have to be able to.
I think they pay for it in spades, though. I think the trade-off is.
Yeah, it's like, my dog's gonna cost me a little extra at the vet, but like it's gonna be the best, no problem companion. Like I don't know.
She's this. I can't even really explain it without sounding.
It says
like
the biggest con. So what are the cons of Cavalier King Charles Spaniels? And just the biggest con is health, 100%.
Yeah.
You need to do some serious homework about the breed. They have some pretty serious genetic illnesses that are utterly heartbreaking. It's so important to go to a reputable breeder. If you're going to buy one, and if you want to rescue, just know that you may be entering into kind of a contract of having to pay for some major health bills.
Which is where pet insurance comes in.
Yes.
Speaking of pet insurance, that's the other thing that my vet tech friend said, because I was asking her about content, and she said about pet insurance and getting pet insurance, and she can't believe that not everybody has pet insurance. I'm like, well, I don't have pet insurance, so I mean, I didn't tell her that, but so if you sell pet insurance or you know someone that does, have them send us a message, because we'd love to have them on and talk about it. I want to learn more about it, and I'm sure it'd be a nice platform for them to make some sales.
Yeah, we're happy to help you if you're helping people be able to afford their medical bills. One thing that I learned, so I have a friend who will inevitably listen to this podcast, so hello, Aaron. But he sold pet insurance for a while, and so I bought insurance on Mr. Bojangles because he's a long, low situation, so I was worried about his back. And then Cam, my daughter, thinks that Dolores walks on water, who is our little pug, and that she doesn't ever want to have to make any decisions because we can't afford any sort of medical care for her. So she actually, with her part-time job as a 17-year-old, pays for Dolores's pet insurance. Okay, Cam. But here's the thing that is interesting about pet insurance. Yes, it's wonderful, and yes, it covers a lot of things, but you still have to come up with the funds up front, and then it reimburses you. So it doesn't just pay for it like our health insurance does. Like if I have to pay for a $12,000 surgery for Mr. Bojangles, yes, I'm going to get 90% of that back.
But you're gonna have to come
But
up
I
with
gotta,
the $12,000.
somebody's got to give me $12,000 first, and then I got to get that back, and it will be reimbursed. But it's kind of a gamble. Like it feels like if it's a really big deal.
I hate insurance. I hate any kind of insurance.
Yeah.
That's probably why I've never done it. But to me, it's like I'm like I'm just prepaying for shit. Like I'm just putting an X-ray on layaway is what we're doing here.
That's why I'd really like to have that conversation with someone who's well versed in it, because to me, like I've done it for this year because I was supporting my friend, and we each picked our favorite dogs, and we're like, okay, we're gonna do this, and it was not terribly expensive for the year, really, but I haven't used it.
That's the other thing I'm at.
And so now I'm like, I got to hurry up and get my dog in for a dental because it covers part of that. So it's like we can at least get some of that money back, But yeah, so the question is like, where does it save you? What do you do if you can't afford to pay for the
right?
So I have there's a care credit card.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of those from years ago when I had a dog get really sick and I didn't have the cash to pay for a big medical bill, so I got the care credit card at the emergency vet, and I've just kept it up for a lot of years. And you can use it for human expenses as well. But right now it's just my backup for if something major happens. What I would do is I would pay for it on that card, and then I would put in the claim to my pet insurance. But it's like you almost have to have two options to be able to handle that. You either have to have a nest egg and to pay for it, or, I don't know.
An emergency fund. What else about Cavaliers? They're just very snuggly, and Reese sleeps on my neck. I mean, I'm a side sleeper, and she puts her head in the crook of my neck, and that's where she sleeps.
Oh, she goes in your nook.
And then, just boop, boop, boop. She just loves to be carried.
Yeah.
My mom got me one of those baby sling things.
A Bjorn, just for your baby.
I put Reese in it and carry her around.
She loves it.
She loves it.
She just wants to breathe the air that you breathe out,
Yes.
She really is. She's like, that other oxygen's not good enough. I'd like to have your depleted oxygen, please.
She's so sweet.
Yes.
If you'd like to send her anything, you can do so at P.O. Box 33.
I think that Reese, so I just had I feel about my little Shih Tzu Boop about how Holly feels about Reese. Like, I just want to live with her, like riding around in a bag with me forever. And she just got her hair done at Auntie Bree's salon, and you know what she did? She put in tinsel hair extensions in her ears. So now she's got sparkly hair extensions in her ears, and she of course is pink, but
adorable.
I think Reese would look cute with some sparkle hair extensions.
Probably
not at Holly's salon though. You don't do that there.
I don't think she'd like that at all.
Boop loves it. She thinks she's pretty fancy. She likes to show.
I was trying to find the name of the gal that adopted that Cavalier from us. She sends me pictures periodically, and she just sent this one the other day about working from home today, Lucy basking in the sun and snores lightly. She loves her life. I said, man, she hit the jackpot. And she said, no, I got the jackpot.
Katie Hart.
Yes. Look at that. Look at hers.
Oh my gosh.
Would you just look at that? Just look at it.
Look at that.
Look at
Look
this.
at there.
Look
at
here.
there. Look at that tongue.
She's so cute.
They do say that, if you are interested in donating your time to take a pet as a therapy animal, that this breed of dog makes an excellent therapy dog.
This dog would do great in a nursing home, too.
Plop it in a lap of somebody in a wheelchair in a nursing home, not going to be afraid. Take it to kids at school, let them pet it, not going to be afraid. And this dog does that. The one that they adopted from us, Lucy, she goes everywhere, and everybody loves her, and she's just the belle of the ball and she does. I don't know if she knows it. She's there.
Yeah.
Powered by fluff in her brain, but oh my gosh, so cute.
Adorable. Well, that's all I got on the breed.
Yeah, they're just wonderful. We'd like to say more bad things, but we can't because they're so cute.
If you see one come across our our feed.
Move quickly because we
quickly,
probably
'cause-
got 100 applications for it.
Those always get lots of applications.
Yeah, and to purchase them is very expensive. I know 2 people recently at the park that got them, and they're between $6,000 to $8,000 a piece.
Ooh.
So if you find one in rescue,
Well, there you go. There's prepaying it too. You're just because that at that rate they're heart tested.
Yeah.
They've got clear heart, and every dog at least 3 or 4 lines back is going to have clear heart.
Correct. Yeah, these are from a reputable breeder.
Yeah.
That's making some
So
money.
you're just paying for the
for a little better bred dog.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, write in, tell us about what breed of dog you'd like to hear us talk about.
Yeah, the next thing that Kara and I are going to do, we're just going to take this book. It's the complete dog breed book, and I'm just going to go like this, and she's going to stick her finger in, and that's the breed that we're going to do.
Ooh,
So,
I do love sight hounds.
yeah.
That could be what
Canine
comes.
speed demons.
That is interesting because they used to have dog racing here in Iowa, and it was within our lifetimes, the kaput, but
Whippets.
whippets. I love sight hounds. I think I like anything that looks like slightly alien-like. So,
Greyhound. What was the dogs that were on the Sesame Street, the blue ones?
oh, the Weimaraners.
Weimaraners.
Yeah. So there's actually a wonderful Weimaraner rescue in Iowa.
Yeah, they've helped us out.
Yeah, they do a really
At
great
least
job.
once, if not
Yep,
twice.
yep. I've got a friend that fosters for them. They have all Weimaraners. They come to the dog park. They got a herd of Weimaraners following them. So everybody's got a type.
Scent hounds.
Anyway, but if you've got a favorite breed of dog, or you have a dog that has touched your heart, much like Reese has touched Holly's heart, please write in and tell us all about it, and we'll talk about it.
And this episode here is going to air right before the new year. So just there's going to be fireworks and people hooting and hollering for New Year's Eve and whatnot. So make sure if your dog needs to be medicated for anxiety, that you're doing that, a
If
day
you're
or
in
two
an area
ahead.
where you might run into that, yeah.
Give them kind of a ramp.
I know our neighborhood actually has quite a few fireworks.
Yeah, that apartment building exploded behind your house that one year.
Yeah. Well, that was a big firework.
Nuts. And then, of course, same thing applies as last week with all the foods and the drinks and the decorations and, the confetti and
It
the
may be
glitter
very
and-
cute and funny when your dog drinks some of your champagne, but they should not have that.
Yeah.
So try
Yeah.
and keep them out of the libations.
Keep an eye on that. And if you've made it this far and Roy and or Kaboom has not yet been adopted on our Facebook page, please,
For the
please
love of dog.
share. We are looking forward to the new year. We're looking forward to.
I'd like a new foster.
We got the
Jeez.
the renewal application for our license,
Uh-huh.
and I sent a picture to Kara. I was like, "So,
Do you wanna do it
you wanna
again?"
keep doing it? You want me to go ahead and renew this then, or what do you think?"
Yeah, and it was on one of her bad days, but I was still feeling good. I said, hurry up and send it in. Had she sent that to me today after all of this, just a horrible... Yeah.
Maybe would have rethought that, but
No, I wouldn't. We're still having fun, even if some days aren't so fun.
So we appreciate you listening and sharing and your support. Send us a message, give us a thumbs up every now and again. It sure boosts our morale.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Are you out there? Are you listening? Yeah. Please tell us, and we'll keep doing this.
And to our fosters that are listening, thank you. Thank you for an awesome year.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to keep on keeping on and recruiting more fosters so we can keep saving all these dogs.
Yes. And we're going to get together soon and plan our holiday party. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we need to get on that.
Yeah, it's happening. It'll probably be after January, but
There's enough going on in December. We don't need to add.
we're not putting it in December,
No.
but it'll probably be maybe February. But it's happening. It's going down.
All right, y'all.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Bye.
Oh my dog.
What I mean when I see, what I see, what I feel, when I dream, when I be, I'm a freak, what up? Oh, what up? Everybody look at me when I'm free, when I feel, what I see, when I do it, I'm a freak, what up? Oh, what up? Say what we got, it's hot to spot, give up the drop, see what we got, do what? We got to go, the body flow, too hot to show, the front row, we won't stop.